Hey, you made it! Welcome to Think Crew. In this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about getting started with Think Crew, including creating a new project, uploading a new script, and ingesting that script into a new schedule. We're not going to cover everything you can do with Think Crew because that would take far too long, but this video is going to show you everything you need to know as far as getting started as fast as possible. Let's get started. So when you first create your account and you log in, you're going to land here on the dashboard page, which is the page we're on right now. And let me show you a little bit about the navigation here, which is a little bit limited because we currently don't have anything in Think Crew to navigate to. Over here on the left-hand side is a sidebar, which includes links to the dashboard itself, projects, and then later we're going to be able to get to the scripts page, schedules page, and the progress reports page. These three here are grayed out right now because we haven't created our first project yet, which we're going to do in a minute. Along the top here is a top menu bar. This will get a little bit more populated as soon as we actually create our first project. But in the meantime, we can see that it has a search bar where we can search for any user or project or schedule or script that we've ever uploaded. It has a help icon here, which includes links to email support, our Discord server, various tutorials, and places where you can report issues or request new features. There's an alerts button here, which will show you any alerts that you've received. And then over here on the far right is a button where you can access your individual page, you can edit your profile, manage your subscription or your permissions, and of course, log out. But let's get started real quick here, and I'm actually just going to create a new project. You can either do that from this button right here, create new project. There's another button here to create a project, and of course, you can create a project from the projects page itself. I'm just going to click this new button right here, and it's going to open up the new project dialog. I'm going to type the name of my new project. I can optionally add a description of that project if I want, and I can also optionally add users to this project. I'm going to click create, and now my project has been created. And because we now have a project, you'll see that the navigation has changed a little bit. These scripts, schedules, and progress reports pages are now available to us, and we got a little extra piece of navigation up here where I can see which project I am currently in. If I create more than one project, let's do that right now. Click create. I can switch back and forth between these two different projects through this little drop down right here. Currently, I'm in the Casablanca project. If I want to go to It's a Wonderful Life, I just click that. And now I'm in the It's a Wonderful Life project. I can also see which project I'm in from these stars right here next to the names of the project. If I want to switch to Casablanca, I can actually just click the star. Now we can see we're in Casablanca. And same thing when I click It's a Wonderful Life. The reason it's important to know which project you're in is because the scripts, schedules, and progress reports that you create are on a per project basis. For instance, if I upload a script for It's a Wonderful Life, I don't want to see that script in my Casablanca project and vice versa. Same thing for schedules and progress reports. I'm going to leave our project as It's a Wonderful Life right now, and let's jump straight in and we're going to upload a script. I clicked on the scripts page right here. I'm going to click the upload button, and I have the option to upload either a PDF, a final draft file, or a scriptation file. And I can actually upload up to 10 different files at the same time. Right now, because we're just working on a feature, I'm just going to drag in a final draft file for It's a Wonderful Life. I'm going to drop it right here, and we can see that it's accepted the file right here. I also have the option to automatically generate scene descriptions using AI. To use this feature, you do need a subscription. So if you want to use the AI scene descriptions, go ahead and create a subscription, and then this feature will be available to you. I encourage you to check it out because it's a really cool feature. All right, so we're going to upload this script right now. I'm just going to click upload. And here it is. Here is our script. Now the script that I uploaded was actually tagged in Final Draft, meaning that in Final Draft, I actually went through and tagged all of the various elements that were required for each scene. This is optional. You can actually just upload a script that has not been tagged. And of course, there is no tagging inside of a PDF, but there can be tagging inside of a scriptation file. So Think Crew will try to grab as much tagging as it possibly can out of the script that you upload. Or if there's none there, you can do your breakdowns inside of Think Crew. You can actually navigate your script up here on the top by either using these buttons right here to just navigate from scene to scene by clicking, or I can grab this little slider right here and fly through really fast and go to any scene that I want in any place in the script. There's also different views. Right now I'm just in the script scene view, but I can actually go here to the breakdown view. And this view will actually show me the breakdown information, the elements, and the script itself, which will allow me to actually make changes to my breakdown here in the script before I actually ingest this into a schedule. There's also a scene view here over on the right-hand side, which I can click on and see all of the various scenes that are in my script, and then click to navigate to any one of them individually. But let's actually jump right in and create a schedule here. So I'm going to click on Schedules. I'm going to click New. We're going to name it. I can optionally add a description. And of course, I want to click on the script right here to ingest that script into my new schedule. Then I just click Create. And here is my schedule. Let's go ahead and click on that schedule to open it. And here is the schedule that ThinkCrew has created. It has created strips for every single scene. And if there was any breakdown information in those scenes, it has included that breakdown information over here in the elements and of course the breakdown pane itself. And one of the great things about ThinkCrew is its ability to change this interface any way you want. If I want to make any of these panes larger or smaller, I can just click and drag right here. I can also click and drag these tabs here over on the top and drag them out and place them anywhere that I want. So now I've got my breakdowns, I've got my board and my script on the screen at the same time. And later when I create day strips, I'll be able to see my day out of days, which I can just drag up here from the bottom. And we'll come back to that in a second as soon as we've actually created some day strips. But these pane layouts are totally modifiable. If I want my elements over here, or if I want them over here, I can just drag these and reshape this any different way that I want to and make the interface behave the way that is most convenient for what I'm doing at that time. There are also pre-made pane layouts here. If I just want to go to the default again, I can just click default. If I want to click on tabs only, then this will just eliminate all of the different panes so that I can start from scratch. All the tabs are along here on the top. And then if I decide I want the script on the bottom and the day out of days over here on the right, I can do that. And there's various other pane layouts here too that are focused on various tasks that you might do as you're breaking down your script. I'm just going to go ahead and click default right here and bring us back to the default view. Up here at the top left is actually a menu bar where I have lots of different options for all the different things that you can do in ThinkCrew. We won't have time to go through each one of these individually because this would take a lot of time to actually show you all the features inside of ThinkCrew. But the most important one, the one that you'll probably use the most, is the Manage menu here, which includes your Element Manager, your Category Manager, Scenario Manager, Calendar Manager, and the ability to manage your schedule itself, as well as a full strip designer, which allows you to customize your strips any way that you can possibly think of. Also over here in the breakdowns menu, there are lots of options, but one that you may use a bunch is the sort and add days menu item here. I'm going to do that right now just as a quick way to actually build our schedule so we can take a look at a lot of the other features you can use once you actually have a fully built schedule. I'm just going to click sort and add days. It's going to bring up the dialog here. And what we're going to do here is we're going to sort all of those strips that exist. And then optionally, we can add day breaks automatically by some criteria here that I'll show you in a second. First, up here in the sort area, this is the default sort order. So by default, ThinkCrew is going to sort all of these strips first by set name, then by interior exterior, then by day night, and lastly by scene number. And if I wanted to change the order of that, if I wanted to sort by scene number first, I can just drag these around right here and set them to any order that I want. I can also drag in other category items. So for instance, if I wanted to sort by location first, I can drag in location, or if I decide I don't want to do that, I can just drag it back out. And of course, you can also set your ascending and descending order by clicking on these buttons right here. And then down here, I can automatically add day breaks. And I can do this in a couple different ways. The first way is by pages per day, and I can enter in a number of pages here. Or if I've already done my breakdown and I've put in durations for each one of the scenes, I could say how many hours per day that I would like to shoot, and then it will do day breaks based on hours per day. Or I can say total days on board. If I know that I'm going to shoot this in 35 days, then I can just enter 35 right here, and it's going to create 35 day strips on the board and separate them out as evenly as it can. So let's actually do this. Let's actually sort by this sort order, and we're going to create a board with 35 shoot days. I'm just going to click sort and add days. And here we are. It has sorted all of the scenes by their set name, then by interior exterior, then by day night, and lastly by scene number. And if I scroll down here all the way to the bottom, I can see that I have a grand total of 35 days on the board. And now you could actually start scheduling your show. And now that I have day strips, of course, I can see the day out of days. So let's just slide that up right here and I can see my day out of days. I can scroll up and down and back and forth here and see all of the information that I want to see. I can also set a date range. So for instance, if I just want to see the first 2.5 weeks of the shoot, I can do that. And now I'm just seeing the beginning part of the shoot. I can reset that back down to reset dates. And now I'm seeing the entire shoot itself. And of course, I could see not just cast, but background or vehicles, or any of the other categories that are currently populated. I can also view the day-to-days as a calendar if I wanted. So here's a list of all the different cast members and the day they work. Or let's just switch this back to grid and see how I can do that in the board as well. So let me slide the day-to-days out of the way here. Go up here to the viewer on the board, switch this to calendar. I'm going to give this a little bit more room so we can see what we're doing. And here's the calendar view for this board. And of course, I can drag any of these items around here. If I want to take this strip and drop it over here, I can do that. Or if I want to take an entire day and move it over here, I can do that. And I can also name these different days. So for instance, if I want to call this the bank day and I want to call this the bridge day, now I have an easy reference where I can actually look at these days and know, oh, here's the day we're going to be at the bank and here's the day we're going to be at the bridge. And I'm going to switch this back over here to strips. And lastly, for this video, I'm going to show you some really cool tricks on how to quickly enter elements into your breakdowns. So let me click on this scene right here, scene 108. Because it has very few elements in it right now. Right now, it just has a wastebasket. And let's go ahead and we're going to quickly add elements to this breakdown. So of course, the old-fashioned way to do this is to click this little drop down right here, and I can add George and Mary and Clarence to this scene, and then click on the background and add any background that I want to this scene. But instead of going to each category and doing that individually, think here is the Add Remove Elements bar right here. And what this allows us to do is actually add any element to any category from one place without using the mouse at all. We can just be on our keyboard. So for instance, if I type in Potter, P-O, and it already gives me Potter, I just hit enter on my keyboard. Now I've added Potter. If I want to enter Ernie's cab, I can just type CAB for cab, hit enter, and it's added Ernie's cab, and it knows that it's a vehicle, so it put it in the vehicles category for me automatically. And if I know which elements I want to enter, so for instance, if I want to enter a magazine or a photographer or any other element I can think of, all I need to do is just type it here in this box, hit enter, and it's already done for me. Thinker is designed to schedule the way that you want with the greatest number of tools ever assembled in scheduling software in the history of the entertainment industry. If you have any questions about this or anything else, email us at this address right here or hit us up on social media. Don't forget to click like and subscribe and turn on alerts so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thank you so much for watching. And that's a wrap.